But to begin with, these are the areas of workplace safety, insurance, and then how to back up your office and how to process your office. And we come with the suggestions here. You can read out loud. And those are the quite I'm holding. I'm going to hold them for you. If you want, you can read them for the futures. And how to produce a backup. There's 2002 and 2004. Again, 2005 and 2010. 2002 to 2009. As a backup here, you can see those are the battling we are running to keep our office safe and secure from robberies, from theft, and from stealing, and from getting adopted unhealthy. And what can I do best to avoid such areas? And here we come with the solutions. We see there are smart ways to get those tools. We have several ways where we can save the files. These days they created a lot of pocket size files carrier, which you can use and you can keep your documents safe and secure. Instead of getting the books by pen and getting all the things done in-house, then you can minimize those kind of areas and secure yourself so that someone won't mess you up for sure. Those are the areas we come with and their suggestions. What else can I do? Self-smart tools. Adapt self-smart tools as a solution and get additional collectors to reduce recessions, robberies, scams. If there is a lot of scams and there is a lot of robberies going on and papers are not well tackled, and for sure to describe recessions is the process of begin over or start over. Well, a company is a foundation to the future workplace, safety, or secureness, or responsibilities. Okay, and for sure, if it comes to different laws that confuse Waine, and myself, I'm Waine Hassan Ziziton. I'm the speaker here. I'm speaking on behalf of my companies, and this is the company which I back up from recessions. The recession is the process of beginning, okay, as we said earlier here. And in this process, we say laws that confuse Waine. Myself, laws that confuse me. From Kenya, I lost my school workbooks, okay, which is overnight books which I penned by pen. I use a pen. It involved my high school's records, and then it involved my junior records. The junior records are more majorly dealing with primary schools and majorly dealing with elementary schools. There's primary school or elementary schools. Canadian call elementary schools, and then African normally called primary schools. I think for addition, after primary school is after I think kindergartens. Okay, a primary school is a primary school from grade 1 to grade 7 or grade 1 to grade 8. Some countries they're counting grade 8, other they're counting grade 7, and then from there they goes up to grade 4. And then after grade 4, they go more grade 2, as they call high school, and then plus high schools. And then Canada is using as grade 1 to grade 8. And then Canada from grade 8, they're counting 4 more steps. Like Kenya, they're counting 4 more steps. I think as high schools, there's 4 year more from grade 8. There are 4 more years. And then for Uganda, they're counting grade 7. Then which is plus 4 more years as a high school years, which will make 11 years. And then plus 2 more years of after high school, which they call equivalent, is 2 more years, which is A equivalent. And then you have to go more years, which will make 13 years before going to university. If a candidate is going to university after 12 years, they go direct to universities, such as University of Western Ontario. The student got run right away to university. And then for Kenya, they count up to grade 8. Then the student run right away after grade 12, they run right away to university. And then for Uganda, the student will run to university after this one 13 years. They're counting 13 years for you to go to run to university or to college. That's the case numbers. And then my summaries, I did my summaries from Kenya. I lost it. The guy is from our community. I have no idea. Just enter and then run away with my backpacks. And then the whole thing inside, I think I was looking for work, or they sent me to get registered somewhere outside the city. But that's not the city, that's a village. And it's a refugee areas, and we went outside to the town we residing, I think, to get registered. And then from there, when I come back, I found those they're all missing, because my books, they're missing, and I lost those things. And then before that, I forget about that one. I write all again to everything's again. I use my ECL. That's TOEFL, the TOEFL records of my teaching, and then the scheme of work and other things. I write them well for me to join the University Canada, and then to join maybe a college Canada. Anything for me, suppose. And then I planted them well, which I called all ears. Okay, the all ears collapsed, and then it got taken off my hand. So it went away. That's why I say that involving with some other families of a business is not secure enough always. Therefore, you have to plan yourself, and you have to be yourself. That way, you will survive more quickly. That's why I recognize. And then when I get here, and then I lost the phones. I lost phones, and then I lost Androids, handheld tablets. Those things. I lost here 2 of them inside here, these properties. And then before, I lost computers. The computers got carried down, and then the other one got taken away from me from another areas. Like those kind of things. They're all misleading. They're all scams. They're all scams. They're not safe. They're not secure enough. If my work is additional development, my work is creating a workspace for the future of Sudanese or Sudanese communities. If I feel embarrassed from those people who are pushing me away by taking my stuffs by force of my hand, and then I claim myself to the community I came from. I was raised as a child and born as a child. I said, if this will be appropriate for my community to survive, if I raise this company well, and then my community will benefit. They're the one who's going to be working with the others, bodies. And then why they involve too much over such kind of scamming? And then why they want to keep all my record away? For instance, if I did a record like this with the dairy, what else I did a record like this with a dairy records? Those are mortgage information of these banks, mortgages, which are those are mortgage informations, such kind of mortgage information, and then such as the people I met on the street, the people which I met in the market, the people I say business started, the people I involved at my areas like this, and then I have a future tweet, and then I write their names like that, and then I have my agendas. Today agenda, I went out, I did these jobs, I wrote them down, and then you want to alter them away, you want to take it all away from my hand, and then you want me to know nothing about it, and then what will be my future? That's the future, because I'm working, I'm educated. Someone already gave me skills to run my own office, not to run your office, not to run another guy's office. That's why things here, I have to plan well, from my door side to wherever I'm working. Everything must go like this with these labels. will go with my labels. Whoever come here work with these labels only. They don't work with your labels. They don't know you. If you enter here, we catch you and your photo with this other. That's your problems. We don't care about it. You're within our companies, and if we find you're guilty, you're guilty. We find we charge you with anything, you're wrong. That's why I go to your market and buy things with your names. I bought things with your labels. That's why how all things goes. And then from here, in 2011, 2009, this is these backups came up 2000, I think 7. That's when they began developing a USB. Okay, the USB things become more popular because we've been using a floppy disk. A floppy disk is like a DVD things, which came with a DVD or with a CD. It's like that. It's a very heavy, which has been giving more weight to the computers. And then our memos were a little bit 250 gigabytes only for most computers those days, those years. There are 80 gigabytes only on computers like this. These days we have trillion bytes. We have 1,000 gigabytes, 8,000 gigabytes on computers. That's why things are a little bit they raise it abnormal and very weak compared to all the systems we were using. But floppy disk is a megabyte things. This one is a gigabyte things. Therefore, the similarities between the gigabytes and then there's similarity between the megabytes. Megabytes deals with all the systems, and then gigabytes deal with the new systems in the computer systems. That's the case scenarios. Because I'm also a computerized accounting, so I can illustrate what is inside computers very much, and I have skills over that. But whatever, you cannot charge me guilty for that. That's my areas of qualifications. I'm just analyzing and breaking my orders into realizations. That's why. And here we catch that the whole year things was back up because of these small things. I back up that books. The first books I lost it. All year I lost it, and then they took us all back. As I said, there is over trillions dollars which has collapsed with the buildings, and then they raise it all again, and then I raise my old years again, and then I back it with this other. In 2009, the computer was taken away, and then I back up with this one, and then I left, and then I took it to public library. I back it up, I email it, and then I keep. And then the guy went and logged away my email. That's Yahoo. I was in Yahoo. I think Waine at yahoo.com. Okay, and then the guy jumped over me and then took me to jail, and then locked off my email account. And then that email account, I can open it, but it's not good enough that the phone number 519 851 3277. Yeah, that's my number, and it got taken away. That's why the Yahoo account was locked with that number. Then I can no longer open it. It's not easy to open that account. That's why I lost. And then there is a Autodex, which they call Autodex $1 million, $300 million, $800 billion, which I'm getting from that Autodex because I'm enrolled 4 times and working at library. But 2 hours each day, and then that's the sections which we are handling. Therefore, but that logs, and then the email account was hijacked, and then I went and opened another email account, and then I did the backup, and then after that I recovered the other computers as recessions. I recovered another computer, and then I went and survived that USB cases. I renewed it to the other computer, which is next year, and this is the first computer I recovered, and then it's down there. As you can see, it's not healthy enough yet these days, but these days I have more computers, and then I recover more computers. I'm being with that, whatever this is not healthy enough. to do all the jobs that is required, and that's the situation. The other one was also that much, but this one is too small. That the other one was 13 inches. I think this is 11 or 9, and that's the case scenario. So therefore, it's not easy to survive a certain small thing here over foreign lands. If you are foreigners, it's not easy to survive anything too cheap. Therefore, some people they're crazy enough, they can jump over your things and then run away and then leave you just juggling anywhere possible, and then you will start again for sure. That's not safe and secure. And therefore, we are reasoning something which is more reasonable, which is more responsible, and which is more respected. If I respect your orders, and then why you cannot respect my order and organize them well for me? If I stay away from my family, it's very far away, and then my family is there even not closer here, and then which guy will be able to inherit the whole thing? And for me, if I have something like this, that's the future. This future is not beyond away from anything. It's not a simple thing. It's the future for sure. And something we start from small, and then it goes to where there is a possibility. It always becomes. That's for sure. As it's not easy to navigate a small thing, because losing a phone, losing dictionary books, then losing a computer like this, you may find someone has a lot of things for sure inside. There's millions of dollars, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, 900 trillions of dollars. You may lose it, and then you will begin writing another books. How many years you expect someone will keep murmuring over a small thing? It's not easy. We already murmur over that one, and then we have to make a backup and keep the copies of our orders. That's the most important things, because the other books in Kenya which I lost is not a computer books. Is a pen books like this, which I say is like a diary. We write it like a diary. You are writing a diary. This is called a diary. A diary is a daily information, and a daily manager is a planner, just a day planner for your day planner and night planners. And then you will take it to your office, and then you can reason with it with the computer, and then you can begin from there. You can scratch your head, and then order the things you need. That's like a planner. And if you lost it, and then that much you already scratch it down, and then someone just wanna get a benefit of you, it's not gonna help. And if I'm suffering here, like I point my order, I need money to travel. I need money to buy expensive things. I need money to buy anything, and then if someone outside there holding my money off it, doesn't want me to get paid, doesn't want me to get this one, because thinking that if they pay me, they want to pay someone who is not pressing like us. Because for me, I use ties normally. These days I don't use ties because of my radio cases, and then I have this office is still at home here, but I'm in suit always. If I'm gonna be working full times, this company will be working full times. I will be in suit. I will be in tie. There will be neckties on me. I have my neckties and everything. You can see here. I'm sitting, but I'm always dressed. I'm dressed neat. I'm dressed to the others. That's why I cannot fool nobody on the street. I can say to you hi. I can say to you hello. And then some people they're thinking those are all WhatsApp. They're just developing WhatsApp. You are developing hello. They're developing WhatsApp. What is WhatsApp on the street? WhatsApp mean they can kick your ass a lot if you doesn't know that. That's what they're developing on the street. That's all the things. Some people they're not handling what they're handling, and then some people they're handling what they're handling, and then others they doesn't handle. That's for me is disadvantage and advantages. If I take it as advantage for me, that's my advantages which I'm using daily. They're using the advantages, which is disadvantages for me if that's the appropriate means of. Small memo can cause a big recoveries from recessions.